Okay, one of the first steps in this rotary phase converter installation is going to be getting our main feed out of this box. It's already finished in the wall. The plan is here, I've bought this Hoffman box, which we're going to install somewhere down here below the load center, feeding our 240 volt single phase off of a 60 amp breaker. Those wires are going to go down through one of these knockouts into the top of this box, and the box, like I said, will be mounted somewhere in this area, probably about right here. And we'll have to drill some holes for the cable clamps, and then feed those through, and then obviously we got access. The idea here is to cut the wall once, and this will allow us access if we want to run other circuits later on down the road for anything we add to the shop. So once the box is in the wall, it's going to sit in there, and about 2/3 will be sticking out, or 1/3, enough to run some conduit. So conduit will be run outside of this wall, up here, and then my panels will be installed up here. The phase converter itself panel, and then the 3-phase load center, which will allow us to, again, run conduit to the milling machine and to the lathe. It's going to be run properly through EMT conduit. The idea is going to be 3/4 inch, and the machines will be hardwired. But this will give us the ability to have 3-phase power for our equipment. Each machine will be on individual breakers. And like I said, the phase converter start panel will be right here. So it'll be a pretty simple process of starting the phase converter, letting that get up to speed, and then we can power up the machines. So we're going to poke a hole in the wall and get to installing this box here. So what I'm going to do is use 2-inch. My only concern right now is poking through the whole entire wall, which I just don't want to do. So this 2-inch screw is just a hair short. So I've got a countersink bit that'll allow me to get a little bit more bite into that back wood piece, just for a little bit more strength. So let's go ahead and drill those holes and countersink them. And you can see nicely countersunk. Let's just verify how far. Yeah, that should be plenty there. So I've marked out a line where the bottom of the box is sitting. So as long as I put this board right around here, it'll be fine. All right, good deal. So let's test fit this. Yeah, beautiful. All right. Okay, now I will lay out for the top board. Just kind of trace around roughly where the top of the box will be. do the same thing. Cool. Cool. Okay, now we got something to mount that to. Okay, great. So all I got to do is run the screws in, mount it to our offset bracing. And then I don't want to permanently install this yet because we've got to figure out exactly, I'm going to run 2 lines down to this inside conduit. So I think the best way to achieve that, which I don't have the other conduit yet, is to actually do that outside. So we can drill through this without having to, obviously you can't drill through there. So that should wrap this phase of it up. Like I said, all I got to do is run the 4 screws in there, but that's set up for now. Anyway, we'll be back for the next phase of this project. Hello, Jeff Montgomery here with Accurate Rifles and Restorations. It's phase converter day. Phase converter has arrived. The day has come. We're going to install it, get this guy ready in lieu of the machines. Machines should be delivered next week or later this week. So we're getting real close. So we got to get this installed before the machines come in and get that started. Here's the one of the boxes that came in. This is the actual panel that does all the wizardry to manufacture that 3rd phase for the machines. A little box of accessories, user manual, a couple breakers, 3-phase breakers, one for the mill, one for the lathe, some other instructions, rubber feet, and some other hardware there. And in this box here, I've got a Square D QO 240 volt 3-phase panel, load center, shielded conduit, and a whole bunch of connectors, things like that to get the conduit all put together and looking nice and safe and all that good stuff. 60 amp breaker for the single phase that feeds this boy. So you'll see the entire process here. I'm going to try to document it all. Should be a fun day. Real excited to get this going. So stay tuned and we'll get that done. Okay. So here's the phase converter box, accessories, the manual, breaker, and the ancillary stuff. And I got my 3/4 non-metallic conduit down here. That's going to feed all the machines. Back here in the corners, the existing load center. A panel here to get the wires outside of the wall. And then I got some strips there that will help to mount the 2 boxes to the walls there. And then here is the monster. Our idler motor, made by Baldor. So everything here came very, very nicely shipped on a skid. This was all nailed down, bolted down. The boxes you saw over there were shrink wrapped. Everything shrink wrapped together on a very nice skid. Very impressed with the packaging and the shipping of this unit. So I already kind of pre-unboxed everything, but there it is. The enormous 20 horsepower idler motor. I already have the pecker head cover off to get the wires out, kind of see what I got to work with. But yeah, that thing is huge. So yeah, as I said, very impressed so far with the shipping, the delivery. Ordered this, I think it was Monday of last week, and it arrived Wednesday, freight. This time I was able to actually get in touch with it was FedEx freight this time, so the guy called me ahead of time to schedule the delivery. And everything went smooth, pulled the trailer up. My buddy Aaron got in the forklift, pulled it off, put it on my truck, I've got some photos of that. It was snowing that day, so that was fun. Got that in the back of the truck, got it home, or got it here to the shop, backed it up to the garage, and put it on this roll-around cart I got. I was able to actually just shimmy the thing off the back of the tailgate, and this roll-around cart was just below the tailgate. So I got that off without a hitch, and everything went well so far. So next, we're going to be actually probably running some lines and just going through the process. So. We have most of it wired, mostly. So here's the original load center, the new 60 amp breaker, feeding number 6 wire through. Put the cover on that so you can't see in there, but it's going there, coming up here, and out of that, into the terminal blocks. So from there, we have another set of wires coming in, going down, back up to our 3-phase load center. And then a proper ground there. Haven't hooked up the idler motor yet, but we need a connection here to break out or terminate that conduit. We're going to use a piece of the flex, piece of that to run from peckerhead to there. And then also this is going to be the lathe feed. And also need another connector for that. That may have to be extended out a little bit further. But we're ready for the machines, so that's awesome. And there will be one more feed up and around the window to where the milling machine will reside somewhere in there. And again, we're just going to wait because we're not sure exactly the height and everything on that. But it'll be easily done. Okay, so everything is wired. Conduits run for the machines. A lot was done off camera. It's hard to film and work at the same time. So apologies for not getting like details. I did get a lot of pictures, so hopefully make some kind of comprehensive video that somewhat makes sense about this rotary phase converter. But anyway, it's installed. I got the box closed up. The motor's down here on the floor. I'll pick up the camera and show you a little bit. Temporary cover for my 3-phase load center here, but I'll pull that off as well and show you what we got going on in there. So yeah, we're almost ready to turn the thing on. I just want to do a couple of preliminary checks, make sure everything's wired properly. Go in there, just kind of trace signals around, make sure I got no shorts or anything like that. All the grounds are actually grounded and whatnot. We'll pick back up and I'll show you some close-ups of the boxes and the conduits and things like that. So yeah. Okay, so last time I videoed, this looked quite a bit different. And obviously, right here, we have something. Oh, what's that? We have something kind of exciting. But this is the rotary phase converter video. So we're going to stick with that, and we will show you what that's all about later on. So anyway, down here, we've got our idler motor. Excuse this little bag thing. That's the something that goes to this big green machine here. Here is a temporary deal. So out of the pecker head of the idler motor, that's where all the leads are going up to the three-phase converter electrical box. So what happened is there are these seal-tight connectors, which are plastic. And in the events and commotion of moving this motor around, granted it's 235 pounds, so it's a bit of a beast to move around. That connector, the stupid connector, the threads broke, pulling off the washer inside. So we're going to do a different thing with that. So disregard that. All that is just kind of cushioning the wires that are coming out temporarily. Again, this will be all corrected, but this at least gives us an ability to actually turn the thing on. So like I said, there's your idler motor, 20 horsepower idler motor. Again, just to review, here's our original load center panel. And I can open that up. So, stay open, yes. Okay, so this big 240 breaker was for our heater. And now down here, we have a 60 amp, 240 volt double pole breaker. That 60 amp is what's feeding down to this new gray box. And like I said earlier, that just gives us the ability to get outside of the wall. And then as we did that, we ran provisions for a second circuit, so we don't have to bust the wall open again. All we got to do is pull cable down. There's already another cable in there, so we're set future-proof for now on that. So from there, so again, it comes from outside the main service pole, underground, up the back of the wall, to, excuse me, to our 60 amp feeding down, coming out the right side of that gray box into the phase converter wizardry box that helps to create that third leg of phase, down to the idler motor, back up into that box, and then out of the wizardry box, swooping in, this is number 6 cable feeding our new load center for the 3-phase. Individual breakers, lathe and mill, and those are running back out of the box. So the lathe coming down here and going that way. The mill is right up here. So we got the mill up and above the window to there. And that's what's feeding the milling machine, or will be feeding the milling machine. Okay. So, like I said, I went and probed around. I've got no shorts. We double checked all of our cables. Connections are good, everything's good. So I'm ready to kick this guy on. Our 60 amp breaker is on. So all we got to do now is hit that start switch. Start switch on the AD20 panel. That's a good sound. Our idler motor is running. I'm not sure what these are supposed to sound like, but it's a little bit louder than I was hoping. I don't know if you're getting interference here on the wireless mic and all that. But yeah, that's on. No sparks or nothing. So now that we've confirmed that that's working, there's a couple checks to do as far as voltages. Check those things out before with inspect, and we know we're good. Again, this is kind of a loud, annoying motor. So, as I pointed out, the pecker head connection wasn't the best, and now that I hear this thing, I may be running this out into the other room to get this out of this room, because wow, that's a little headache inducing. Gosh, blah. Well, anyway, no big deal. Minor inconvenience for now. If I can run my machines on it, that's all I'm happy about. So we can always fix things up later, change things around. So, let's just go over here. I'll show you the voltages I measured. So from leg 1 to 2, we got 241 volts. 1 to 3 was 247, and 2 to 3 was 244. And they say these voltages are going to be a little wonky until a load is on them. So I feel like this is probably good. So yeah, rotary phase converter complete. Nothing but good experience with these guys. So highly recommended. Call up American Rotary if you're in the market for 3-phase power off your normal 240 single phase service. And yeah, obviously you've seen a few things that will be coming up here shortly. Exciting things happening here at Accurate Rifles and Restorations. So this is Jeff and Yuki from Accurate Rifles and Restorations saying thanks a lot for watching, and stay tuned for more exciting videos. The shop is so close to being open, it's not even funny. Really excited about that. Right, Yuki? And finally, Yuki can be the shop dog again. So, anyway, take care. Right, Yuki?